everyone, and welcome to the Good Doctors Diagnose for Wednesday, March 11th. I am Dr. Kristen of the Good Doctors, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite movie of all time. I'm pretty confident in this diagnosis. I mean, it might slop to number 2 if I've seen something particularly wonderful, but like in my heart, it's League of Their Own, which is a movie by Penny Marshall from the 1990s about the All-American Professional Girls Baseball League that was active in the United States during World War II and beyond. The movie covers the first season and focuses on two sisters, Dottie and Kit, played by, respectively, Gina Davis and Lori Petty. I adore this movie for 1,000 reasons, but one of them is that it's largely women. Tom Hanks plays the coach in what I would consider an Oscar-worthy performance. Gary Marshall pops in, David Strathairn's there, John Lovitz is in a really memorable role, there's some other folks. But primarily, this movie is about women. It's about women and how they interact as teammates, how we get along, how we don't all get along, how we educate each other in different ways, how we navigate our femininity and our identity differently. And the particular moment I'd like to talk about today is at the end of the movie. So if you haven't seen it, let me tell you right now, if you enjoy witty one-liners and some really great montages, this is like high end of montages, and anything about history, I'd really encourage you to watch it. But at the end of the movie, Dottie, played by Gina Davis, decides to stop playing baseball at the end of the season. She goes back with her husband, back to her husband who had been serving, but just came home in the movie. And her sister Kit decides to stay on and keep playing. And there's a moment where Dottie is talking to Jimmy, her coach, played by Tom Hanks. And essentially he comes down with like, aren't you going to miss it? Aren't you going to think you wasted your life? And when I was growing up in the 90s and aughts, and I remember movies like Mona Lisa Smile that also tackled this kind of thing. It was kind of a burgeoning understanding that people who didn't have ambition, I'm using air quotes, were somehow less than. And one of the things I'm grateful for about this movie is that Dottie had tons of ambition for her life that didn't involve things like baseball. It's ambitious to want to have a family. Family is hard. It's ambitious to want a solid marriage because that's really difficult. It's ambitious to dream of a happily ever after and to make the choices to build it for yourself. It's just as ambitious as wanting to be a baseball player, just a different kind. This movie taught me that, and I've held that really dear throughout life. I'm somebody who has chosen to not have children. My happily ever after does not involve being a mother. It involves being a speaker and running companies and being a really great aunt. And I get called ambitious a lot. But my friends who are moms, I hate it when they call themselves just. I hate it when they say, I'm just a mom. I'm just stay-at-home mom. That is farthest thing from the truth. Your ambition for whatever your happily ever after is valid. As leaders, as thinkers, as organizers, as people who interact with people in the world, I think this is something that we need to get better at. We need to stop using the word just for things that we think are easy, because they're often not. And we need to own what our ambition is and what others' ambition is as well, no matter what, if it fits our definition or not. So that's my Good Doctors Diagnose for Wednesday, March 11th. I hope you have a fantastic week, and we will see you again on Monday for some conversation about St. Patrick's Day. Bye.